Welcome to the webinar, everyone. My name is Dr. Curt, and we'll be talking about collagen tonight, the importance of collagen. We'll go live in just a few minutes. Welcome, Genevieve. Welcome, Ian, Michael. Genevieve, I'm going to move you over to the council or to the panel. We're waiting for a couple more people. We'll get started. Genevieve, if you want to shut your mute yourself out until we get started. We'll get going in just a little bit. Hello, Gert. Hello, Sandy. Ian, Michael, Marilyn. We'll get started in just a little bit. For those of you that are joining us on Facebook today, we're going to be talking about collagen, the importance of taking a healthy collagen product. And we'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. So I've taken my notes and I've got a couple pages of notes here. All right, so we're waiting for Katie. We'll get started. 2 minutes till the top of the hour. So if you know somebody that is interested in getting healthier, go grab them, bring them to the call. Collagen is such an important thing. We'll talk about it. Hey, Gert, how are things down in New Zealand? Boy, I tell you what, we keep hearing things about the world up here and how things have changed in the since last time I was down in Australia when I met a lot of you. Life has changed. Life has changed, that's for dang sure. For those of you that have joined us on Facebook tonight, we'll start the webinar here in just a minute. We're going to be talking about collagen. Specifically, we're going to be talking about Sisel's new collagen B3 product. And we're going to talk about why it is considered to be a top of the line type of product. There's a lot of collagen products on the market. It's one of the hottest products in nutrition right now. And there's good collagen and there's bad collagen products. Well, you know, maybe I don't want to say bad, maybe just not as good. So. All right, well, it's the top of the hour. I'm going to get this thing started. Here I am. I just turned my video on. Sandy, if you want to join us, you can turn your video on and I will bring Katie on when I see her come on. So, hey there, Genevieve. Hey, Sandy. How are you two doing?
It's good, Curt. Beautiful down here in Australia. So, awesome day.
All right. Now, you guys are just rolling into summer, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Oh, into
Yeah.
spring.
Spring. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just kind of rolling into fall, but west of me, yeah, they're predicting possible snow next week.
Wow.
Yeah, they're saying that at least it's going to drop down into freezing temperatures. And I know, Sandy, you love that.
Well, I like it when you're dressed right. You know, you've got the right clothing and that for the cold.
For the cold, yeah. Right,
Yeah.
short sleeves, yeah. No, it's supposed to be 90 degrees here, which would be probably about 37 degrees in your temperature on Sunday.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
and then a week later it's supposed to be freezing, which would be 0 in your temperature. So enough about weather. I guess we can't change that. We can't do anything about it. It just happens. It's one of those things. But you know, collagen is so important. I started using collagen a long time ago for joints, for healthy joints, because I beat myself up a lot, you know, when I was younger, playing high school football, motorcycle accidents, car accidents, things like that. And so I started taking collagen product back when I had my clinic, and probably 25 years ago I started taking collagen product. But typically, if I remember right, most of those products were type 2 collagen. And so, type 2 is a type of collagen that is particularly found in the joints. Bad shoulders, bad knees, things like that. So when you hear somebody, they're talking about that. So if we look at our Sisel Renovator product, right? You're both familiar with that. Jen, are you familiar with the Renovator?
Brilliant product.
Yeah. And so Renovator has type 2 collagen, and it's designed to help out joints. And so when I've done my talks on type 2 collagen, I talk about denatured and undenatured. You've probably heard me mention that on the calls, right?
Yeah.
And so there's uses for denatured protein, or the proteins in collagen, and undenatured. And what that basically means is that it's broken down. When they send denatured, it's broken down. Another word for it is hydrolyzed.
Yeah.
Hydrolyzed. And do you guys have Jello down there? Do you have Jello?
Don't think so.
Yeah, it's a food that we'll see it a lot on holidays. People will make Jello for the kids. It's different
jelly,
colors.
jelly. Yeah.
Oh, you guys just call it jelly?
Yeah.
Okay.
We call it jelly in Australia, Kurt.
Yeah.
Well, we have jelly that we put on our bread, so that's different. Like Smucker's grape jelly. So this is Jello, and it's that wiggly stuff,
Yeah.
They're different colored, but anyhow, so that's made out of collagen. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that actually. Yeah. Gelatin. Yeah.
Yeah. So what they've done is they've irreversibly hydrolyzed it, which means that your body can't absorb it to rebuild the joints and things like that. That's why you can't eat Jello and look younger.
Nice. That's what happened to us when we were younger then.
Right? I mean, so anybody that's saying, "Oh, I get my collagen, I eat Jello." In Australia they eat jelly, and they say, we have jam too. We have jam. We put it on our bread too, but we have jam and jelly. They're both for bread, for toast. But you can't eat your jelly, and we can't eat our Jello and say, "Oh, I look younger today. I had green Jello yesterday."
Yeah.
Because that's irreversible, which means that your body can't use it. So I'm trying to throw some things in here, some facts, so that people will remember it, so that when they go out and they talk to people, because this is important. When we start talking about the real nuts and bolts of collagen, we want to make it so that you can strike up a conversation with people, and being able to talk about jelly or Jello, right? it's an easy way you can start striking up conversation about collagen. You can say, hey, you know, that jelly that you're eating, you know, that's made out of collagen, but it's the wrong kind of collagen to really do any good for your body.
Yeah.
Right. And naturally, if I said that to you, Jen, what are you going to say to me if I said, hey, I see you eating some Jello there. Do you know that that's made out of collagen, and the type of collagen that's made out of, it actually doesn't make you look any younger.
And I'd say, well, tell me, Curt, give me one that makes me look younger.
Perfect. See, and that's exactly what we want people to ask. And then you just tell them, you say, perfect. I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you a little bit about it. In fact, I could spend an hour telling you about it, or I can send you a 5-minute video. Right. And then you can use the video that Sisel produced that can condense it down, because tonight's talk, you know, we're going to talk for half an hour on this, but so type 2 collagen is for the joints and things like that. Type 1 collagen is your skin, your nails, your fingernails, your teeth, your bones, ligaments, hair. Sandy, you knew that, right? That collagen, type 1 collagen, is for the hair, right? And then type 3 is skin and muscles and blood vessels and things like that. So it's the type 3 that is really important when we're talking about looking younger and more beautiful. I mean, look at me. I've been using the product.
Perfect. Perfect.
We're waiting on ours. I'm sweating on getting mine.
But so here's a fact. Did you know that after the age of 20, you start losing 1% of your collagen every year?
Yeah, it's crazy, hey?
Yeah, it starts breaking down. So it's no wonder by the time you hit middle age, when you hit 40 or 50, all of a sudden you start having sagging skin and wrinkles and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Because you've lost 50% of your collagen. If you're losing 1% per year, you're going to lose about 40 to 50% by your time you reach your middle ages, which tells you why you start to have the wrinkles and the things like that. So, if you go to your plastic surgeon, guess what they do?
Give you collagen.
They give you collagen injections, right?
Yeah.
So you end up with those big lips,
which look ugly.
I think it's crazy looking, but
Horrible.
hey,
They look terrible.
some people really like it. It's up to them. It's
Each
up to
their
them.
own.
But so I just thought that, if we're talking about collagen, there's 28 different kinds of collagen in your body, in the human body. 28 different kinds. And so you obviously, we're going to run into products out there. And folks, for those of you that have joined us, those of you that aren't familiar with Sisel, our product, our collagen B3 product, it just came on the market, and we use 3 different kinds of collagen in our product, right? And that's important because type 1, type 2, type 3, your body can take and it can kind of make the other types of collagen from that. But there's going to be a company that's going to pop out there and going to say, oh, we have all 28 kinds. Well, here's the problem with that, Sandy, here's the problem with that. If I try and put all 28 kinds of collagen into one product, or if I try and put 15 types of collagen into one product, guess what I'm doing?
Overloading.
Well, no, I'm not putting enough of the. I'm not putting enough of the good ones.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to hype it up by saying, oh, I have all 28 kinds, right?
Yeah.
Or I have all 15 kinds. When really, if you put in type 1, type 2, type 3, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get the benefits of it for all those things that we really wanna treat with it, So I just thought that would be important to point out to people, because you are going to run into companies that are going to do that.
Yeah.
And you can just see it now. Oh, we have all 28 kinds of collagen in our product. But you know why a lot of people don't like taking collagen products, supplements?
No. Why?
What would be What would be your guess why most people don't like to take collagen products?
Because they're worried about getting too bigger muscles or something.
No,
Put it by the mouth.
actually, most people don't take collagen products because they taste bad,
Oh, wow. Okay.
right?
Yep.
So you guys have both used the Sisel collagen product.
Yeah.
I've used it. What do you
Yep.
think of the taste?
Great. Tastes like vanilla. It's beautiful.
It is a really good taste, right?
Really nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's really lovely. I mean, it's you put it in everything and it tastes fantastic. Tastes fantastic.
yeah. I put it in my coffee.
So do I. I love it.
Doesn't it taste great in coffee? I mean,
Yeah,
it
it
makes
does.
it taste like a latte.
Yeah. It's really
Better than-
creamy. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
quite malty when you put it in coffee, in the Sisel coffee. I really like it.
It does taste good, right?
Yeah.
And and I think it tastes better than a latte.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Especially when
Yeah.
you put it in the Sisel coffee, honestly. It's I would rather have that than go out and have a coffee and buy one. You know,
There you
because
go.
I know what's in it. I know it's healthy. I know it's looking after my brain. And I love all the ingredients in it, you know. And when we got our sample pot, it was fantastic to be able to utilize it in your protein shakes, because I used to add it to the Siseline in the mornings with my strawberries and mulberries, and it tastes awesome. It just makes it even smoother and creamier. And then I would always keep a scoop for my coffees, so I would put it in my coffees throughout the day. So you know, I don't know, it's just something that it does to coffee is really nice.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of the other things that I like to do, Jen, is I like to make protein pancakes in the morning sometimes.
Oh, true.
Right. So I'll use the vanilla Siseline, and then when I had the collagen B3 when I was testing out, I thought I'll throw it in there too. I'll throw it into my pancake mix and I'll see how it tastes.
Yeah.
Holy cow, is it good?
Was it nice? Wow.
It was. Yeah. So think about that. That you know you're making a healthy meal
Yeah. Yeah.
by using these things. What do you think, Sandy?
Yeah, it's a great idea. I'll
Yeah.
have to get your recipe for your protein pancakes.
I'll send it over to you. But you know, so there's 25 to 35% of the protein in your body is found in collagen as collagen. 25 to 30%. So a quarter to a third of your body is made up of collagen protein. Right? Or of your protein. I said that wrong. 25 to 30% of the protein in your body is made up of collagen.
Collagen.
Yeah. So there's a number of different kinds of collagen that I like to talk about. You know, number one, there's the rigid collagen, like your bone. It keeps your bones strong and structurally hard. And so that's one type of collagen. So what it has three pieces of twine that you twist together.
Yeah.
Right. And it makes it good and strong. Does that give you a good visual?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It actually gives me a visual of your DNA.
Yeah.
The twines of your DNA, twisting it all together.
But that's only two. Remember, that's two.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is three. This is three fibrils all twisted together. So it makes it good and strong. And then the type of collagen, the rigid collagen, it makes it hard. So it's hard like a bone. Right.
Wow.
Then you have a compliant type of collagen, which is like your tendons. Right. So at the end of every muscle, there's that tendon that attaches between it, and it's the connector between the muscle and the bone, right? And that's flexible. It's stretchable. You can stretch it a little bit. Okay. So it's the three fibrils twisted together, but then the collagen in there doesn't get hard like bone.
Wow.
Right. And then there's kind of that third kind, and it's in between. And that's like your cartilage. So like the cartilage in my nose, the cartilage in my ear, it doesn't stretch like a tendon does, because it's got to hold a shape.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if your nose was made out of the compliant, the stuff that like your tendons were made out of?
Hit the floor.
Then your nose would be changing shape all the time.
Yeah. Not a good look. Eh?
Yeah.
Wouldn't see.
Sandy, you can do that though, can't you? Wiggle your nose.
I can.
So she has more of the
Nice.
she has more of the compliant kind rather than the in between kind. She's an oddball.
Special, aren't you, Sandy? That's what it is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm throwing some crazy stuff out there at you, but I'm just trying to make it so it's interesting, so you remember, so you can talk about it. But so I was reading the other day. I did a talk on this on Wednesday already, and so it showed that collagen is what actually, like if you hear somebody that has atrial fibrillation, right? You've heard of atrial fibrillation, where the heart muscle starts going crazy. It starts, almost vibrating. It goes into a vibration, atrial fibrillation.
Yeah.
So it's the collagen that separates the atriums from the ventricles, and that collagen stops the fibrillation from moving into your ventricles.
Wow.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but collagen can get mineral deposits in it like calcium. And so like my mom, she had to have some work done on her mitral valve in her heart. And it was because of calcium deposits that got into that collagen.
Wow.
So, but one of the other things that gets deposited in collagen, this is kind of as we age, right? We talk about, okay, we're losing 1% of our collagen per year, but then on top of losing 1%, stress, smoking, pollution. What else did I jot down here? Where did I jot that down? All those things, your diet, having a poor diet, can cause your collagen to break down. But if you have a diet that's high in sugar, like a lot of Americans do, you know how many pounds of sugar we eat here in the United States per person, average? 165 pounds of sugar per year per person.
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
Right? And so what does sugar do to collagen?
Destroys it.
It deposits into the collagen, and it makes the collagen stiff and hard.
Wow.
Right? So if you have the wrong diet, right, you're gonna age. If you have a diet that's high in sugars, which a lot of us do, and I mean Australia, a lot of the people that I know in Australia, of course, because we're all involved with Sisel, don't eat a lot of sugar. But when you look at the average person in Australia or New Zealand, I know Gert's from New Zealand. If you look at the average person in Australia and New Zealand, they tend to eat a lot of sugary foods too, don't they?
Yeah.
And sugary drinks, soda or pop. I don't know. What do you guys call it? Do you call it soda or pop or soda pop?
Soft drink.
Soft drink.
Soft drink.
Soft drink.
So what would be a hard drink?
Alcohol.
Okay. I thought you meant hard, like that's hard.
No.
Because that would be hard to drink. Right? So I'm just kind of looking through this. So when we're talking about collagen products, then let's talk about collagen products. Most collagen products, what they're going to do is they're going to get their collagen from one source. And that's not good. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Because and collagen, it comes from chicken, fish, or three sources that they use: a chicken, fish, or bovine, which is cattle.
Yeah.
But if you have, just like, I remember a product way back 25 years ago in my clinic, it used only collagen from chickens. They took the chicken beak, the chicken feet, and the chicken comb, and they made a product out of that. It tasted horrible. I mean,
I can imagine.
it was horrible.
Awful.
but it was only made out of chicken. It was only made out of chicken. So, what about bone broth? Have you heard of bone broth? I'm sure your grandma or your parents
Yeah.
made bone broth, didn't they?
Yeah.
They'd render the bones, they called it.
Yeah.
And,
Bone broth is really good. Yeah.
yeah. So, but why can't we just consume bone broth?
Hasn't got enough in it.
And
Or different types.
so so it's not broken down, it's not hydrolyzed enough so that our body can actually absorb it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why you can't just eat it, because you're not going to get enough of the proteins provided by the bone broth to actually, you know. And can you imagine drinking a bone broth shake?
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, I don't think it sounds good. So I kind of tried to draw down, I wrote out on my notes here, some of the drawbacks to not having the right collagen. For those of you that have just joined us, we're talking about collagen, and we're talking about different kinds of collagen and what it takes to have a good collagen, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. So drawback number one, they only use one source. So like that product I talked about, they only use chicken combs, right? Drawback number two, not complete proteins. And this is important. This is important, is that because collagen by itself is an incomplete protein. Did you know that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, it's an incomplete protein. It doesn't provide all of the essential amino acids.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the key amino acids that's always missing on the other products is tryptophan, L-tryptophan.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not found in collagen. And tryptophan is so important, right? Like when we called our product collagen B3, why did we call it collagen B3?
Because it affects different parts of the body, you know, the brain, the body, and what was the last one?
Beauty.
That's right.
Yep. So when we're talking about this drawback number two, not having the complete protein, tryptophan, we've added tryptophan, and that's why it affects the brain, because tryptophan is what your body needs to make serotonin.
Serotonin, yeah.
Yeah. But guess what else tryptophan is important for? Sleep and NAD.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. And we've heard a lot about NAD.
Yep.
Through our age fill product. And so we added the tryptophan, you know, important little tidbits of information here, right? So drawback number three is that it has to be hydrolyzed properly, which means it has to be broken down so that these amino acids, these proteins, these peptides can actually be digested and broken down. Because can you imagine if you just take and you chew on a chicken beak, how much of that are you going to absorb?
Much.
Chew on a chicken foot.
Oh no, not good.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to digest and absorb it. Again, you know, I'm trying to give you some visuals on it, you know. And then drawback number four, and I think this is most important, you know, because Tom Sr. used to always talk about, he'd say that if the product doesn't taste good, people aren't going to use it. Doesn't matter how good it is. If it tastes horrible, not going to use it.
Yeah, that's great.
And so most collagen products have a bad taste. They have a bad smell. I remember that one that I talk about in my clinic that used the chicken stuff. Oh man, it smelled horrible. It tasted horrible. It smelled horrible. But if you get COVID, I guess it doesn't matter how it tastes or smells, right?
You won't smell anything.
Come on, Sandy. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. So I'm going to bring up a photo here. Hang on one second. I want to share a screen. Hang on. And Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right. So collagen B3 with MCT and hyaluronic acid. Are you familiar with MCT?
Actually, you can't see a
Actually-
slide.
No,
You can see where it is in your computer.
you've got it ticked. Collagen B3 too.
It hasn't opened up.
It hasn't opened up.
No,
No.
Why hasn't it opened up?
maybe click it again.
I clicked it again. Let's go this one.
Just seeing your desktop. Open it and then do new share, Katie said.
How about there?
Yes.
Yep, it's there.
Okay. So collagen B3, I'm going to enlarge this a little bit, right? We're going to talk a little bit about the ingredients in our product. So folks, for you that are familiar with Sisel, Sisel, the company that we represent, it's a nutritional company. We make all our own products. We have 20 scientists that are researching the research all the time, and we're a formulation company. We're not a research company. So when I talk about research, it's not research on our product. It's research on the ingredients, and then we're using the research to develop these life-changing products, right?
Yeah.
So we've got the collagen protein that we've been talking about. We've got MCT oil, which is medium chain triglycerides, right? And a lot of people that are doing this keto diet right now, they're very familiar with MCT, right?
Yeah.
And MCT is a perfect fat or oil to be using when you're on a diet, because it you don't need the bile from the gallbladder to digest it. Your body can digest it without bile. So even if you know somebody that's had gallbladder issues, they've had their gallbladder removed, they can use MCT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We've got hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is like putting oil, it's like putting grease in the joints. So it's a good smooth movements rather than being all stiff and all that. We've got chaga in there. Why would you put chaga, which is a mushroom, it's a healthy mushroom. Why would we put chaga into a collagen product?
Good for the brain?
Good for the brain, but it's also good for the skin.
Okay.
Yeah, they found that it helps restore the structure of the skin. So if you're taking collagen because you want to look and feel younger, chaga is an important thing to. Who would have thought of that? Who would have thought about putting chaga in with collagen?
Sizzle.
Sandy, right?
Sizzle. Mm.
Yeah,
That's right.
Innovative. Yeah.
It really is. And then we've added minerals like magnesium because, worldwide, there's a magnesium epidemic right now, a magnesium deficiency epidemic. If you go to the hospital and they stick an IV bag in you, what's one of the main ingredients in the IV?
Salt.
Magnesium,
Salt.
right?
Mm.
Yeah. And then we've got other amino acids, like we talked about. We've got tryptophan in there. We've got other ones to help for faster muscle recovery. We've got another adaptive mushroom called cordyceps, and that one is primarily for strength and performance, right? So if you're trying to build your muscles up so that and your tendons and your ligaments and things like that, we've thought about these things to make it so that it actually is better for you. And
Yes.
and then I think. Which one of you said to add, or somebody, maybe it was Marilyn, I think on one of the comments, she said that Tom said to add the collagen B3 with the sizzling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I have
Because,
it with that. Yep.
That's what I do.
yeah, you were talking about Jen. That's right. Because the collagen amino acids, the collagen proteins do one thing. And then you have the whey proteins, which do something else. So we're talking about different sources of these proteins,
Yeah.
right? So it's a good blend to put them together. So anyhow, that's what I put together. Is there anything that you have questions on that I that I didn't talk about? No.
Think so?
Yeah, I probably my big thing with the collagen is that can you have too much of it? When you do put it with the Sizzling, that for me, it would enhance it. So I'm correct in saying that, I'm guessing, and that because we've got such great products with Sisel, and we've got a lot of stuff. We've got the Rip that does, he's got a lot of the aminos and all that in for muscles and everything. Is there anything, I had someone say to me the other day, but can you take too much? Yeah. And my answer is no.
Yeah.
But I'm just asking you, is that right?
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And the reason why is because of course you can take too much of anything. If you consumed a gallon of it, come on. But so I'm not going to say no, you can't consume too much and things like that, because somebody's going to come back and say, oh, you're wrong. But if you're consuming it on the dosage that's recommended, if you're consuming it even double, triple, quadruple that dosage, no, you're not going to get too much. And then like we were talking about, having the different sources. So like we're talking about Sizzling, that's got protein. We've got Renovator, that's got type 2 collagen.
Yeah. Right.
And then we've got the Transfusium. That's got ingredients from cartilage in it, right? With the different peptides, right? Peptides are amino acids. They're just not long enough chains to be called a protein, right? Yeah. That's different between a peptide and a protein. And so the answer is no. You're not going to take too much. And chances are, what happens is that if you did take too much, you're going to be in the toilet.
Glued up.
Cool. I thought that was right. Yeah.
I found it really good to mix it with the Sizzling, because the Sizzling's building my muscle, and then I found the collagen really supported my joints so much. It was incredible. And plus I just found it gave me so much energy for the day as well. But because when I'm standing on my legs all day hairdressing, I have so much trouble with my knees. And Sizzle's, the Sisel Ripped has really helped me, but it just went to the next level, where it was just incredible, the difference I noticed. And definitely with the skin, it's fantastic. I can't wait to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had a 2-week sample?
Yes.
2-week sample. Yeah.
It went way too quick.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And I didn't share it with anybody, only myself.
You didn't give Jade or Paul any of it?
No.
That's funny. Yeah,
I didn't try it in coffee, so I'll have to try that.
Try that in coffee. And Jen, what? Tell your testimony. What's your testimony on it as well?
Well, I love the flavor. The flavor was really, really great. For the first week, I sort of didn't notice much, but I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I put it in with my Sizzling. I sort of thought the 2 types of protein would be really, good for me. But by the second week, what I noticed was my skin. Oh my goodness! Like I'm 64 this month.
Wow.
I have, I had a big life. I've spent a lot of time in the sun, all that sort of stuff. So I wrecked my skin, But what I noticed was that my skin, the texture of my skin was better. And that was just using it for 2 weeks. And I also noticed at the same time, I actually helped one of my kids move house, and I cleaned. For 7.5 hours one day. Oh my goodness. And I sort of thought, I'm too old for this. But what I got was that I recovered so quick. My recovery rate was phenomenal. Yes, I took my normal Sisel products, which I would never go without. And I just love the Rip for recovery and everything. But I took the Sport all throughout the day. I had my my collagen in the morning. I took some extra and had it in coffee during the day. But what I got was the next day and the day after and stuff like that. My recovery rate was amazing. Was really amazing. And I don't usually do that. That normally I would have been, knocked out for days, with my joints, because I've got joint issues. But my joints were so much better, especially my knees. I really noticed the difference with my knees. So, so I can't wait for us to be able to get our supply when it comes. It hasn't come yet, but, hopefully, it will be on its way soon, So, yeah, so I'm very excited to see what it's going to do. I think with all aspects of it, I think we've got a very, very well-rounded product that's going to actually help everyone for whatever it is that they need. And collagen is just one of these most important things. As you said, by the time you get to my age, there's not much left in your body. I'm way down in the amount of collagen that my body produces naturally. So therefore, we need to add it in. Otherwise, we're going to look like we're 199 before we get there, So, I think it's a really, really great adjunct to what we've got. I'm excited.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, and I like your optimism. When we get to be 199, who wants to look like we're 199? Right? We want to look like we're only 100 when we're 199. But yeah, I mean, and Jen, I have to say, your skin looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, well, I'm really amazed. It's definitely improved. And we've got incredible products, Curt, that do this. They're great anti-aging products. And that's why I love the new adjunct of the collagen on top of it. Is really, I think, for us, and especially here in Australia, it's just fantastic for us to be able to have a product now that's going to add that extra level for us, but also not just have the one type of collagen. To be able to have the 3 in there, I think, is a really, really big bonus for us, because there's not many companies that are actually doing that are doing the combination, and to be able to have it all in one product. To have those 3 areas in one product, I think is really going to be very, very beneficial for us. So yeah, that's
excellent.
Cool.
I think so too. For me, I started taking it. I used it. I was on the sample basis here in the United States, and what I noticed was I've got this scar tissue in my leg from that motorcycle accident that I had 14 years ago, and my foot, if this was my foot, I just don't have that flexibility. And what I noticed, I go for a 3-mile walk every day, and it's what makes me limp. It gives me leg pain because I have to kind of throw that foot rather than bend it like most people would do. It just doesn't bend. And what I found, it took about 3 weeks, maybe the full month. And all of a sudden I started noticing that I could bend my foot more.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so I called Tom up, or actually I texted him, and I said, hey, you got to send me some more. I said, I know, I didn't know for sure when it was going to come out. I said, but you got to send me some right away. And of course he never did, but because then he would have to send it out to everybody else too. So,
yeah.
But that's what I read about. And one of the other things that I read about with collagen, and I really wasn't aware of this, being a doctor. I think I should have been more aware of this, but we talk about gut health, right? We talk about leaky gut syndrome. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Leaky gut syndrome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So leaky gut syndrome, is that if you take a look at the cells in your digestive system in the colon, they're tightly packed. If my fingers were cells, they're tightly packed, so stuff can't get through here. And then on top of it, there's a what they call a semi-permeable membrane. It's made up of probiotics and prebiotics and mucus and things like that, and it protects that so that the stuff that gets in is the stuff that's supposed to get in, and the stuff that gets out is the stuff that's supposed to get out. And once it gets out, it's not supposed to get back in.
Yeah.
And so what happens is that mucus layer breaks down, and then these tightly packed cells, they open up. So now there's spaces between the cells. And so I talk to people about using fulvic acid. I talk to people about using humic acid. I talk to people about using probiotics, prebiotics, vitamin D, and things like that are in our Balance D product.
Yeah.
Right? Balance D is not a vitamin D product. It's a digestive product. The D stands for digestion. But I was unaware that collagen actually tightens up those junctions.
It does.
Yeah. And so when we consider that 70 to 90% of our immune system, depending on what source that you read, 70 to 90% of our immune system is in our gut, is in our digestive system. How important is this product just for that, considering what's going on in the world right now?
Oh, absolutely. It's essential. Absolutely essential. Look, most people have some form of irritable bowel, you know, on the planet. You know, if you've been on the planet for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, whatever, you know, you would have come across antibiotics, you would have come across drugs, you know, you would have had some drugs in your life, you would have had stress in your life, you know. I mean, oh my goodness, you know, we're living in the most stressful time in history at the moment. You know, that impacts the gut health. And if your gut is not working properly, you're not working properly. So, you know, it is vitally essential. And to have this product that will actually help with closing the gaps in the gut, be able to mesh it properly, be able to stop the leaking in and out, that's going to be very, very beneficial for people. You know, they're not even going to realize that they're actually adding value to their intestinal health at the same time as you know, taking care of the 3Bs, you know. So, you know, it's a that's why I said it's a really great all-round product for the whole body, you know, which we're very fortunate to have.
Yeah, and with all the autoimmune disorders, they say there's like 87 different known named autoimmune disorders. I mean, I could just think of a couple right off the top of my head, you know, like Crohn's disease, allergies, asthma, you know, rheumatoid arthritis, things like that, lupus. Those are all autoimmune disorders, right? And so if you close these junctions, those in the gut, you can look it up on PubMed. You'll find the studies that say that if you can get the gut working, you're going to help all those diseases. And we can't say, hey, our product will do this or that or this or that. Again, we're not a research facility. We haven't done that research. All we're saying is that we're adding the right type of collagen. And like I've said, we've addressed all of the issues. We've addressed the taste. We've addressed the proper hydrolyzation. We've addressed adding the minerals. We've addressed putting in the essential amino acids like tryptophan.
It's great building blocks for us.
It is, you know, and so, you know, it's really, really important we get this information out to people. Those of you that have just joined us, go back and review this video, because we're talking about all these things that can help us. Right now, we're going through this very, very bad time in the history of the world with this virus, and you know, no matter if you're sick or unsick, if you're vaccinated, unvaccinated, it doesn't really matter. You know, I try and tell people, you got to build your immune system up. You want to have the innate, you want to have your immunity as strong as you possibly can. So it's products like this that are going to make that possible. Yeah,
I agree.
So, Carmel asked a question. She asked me if it's a vegan product. No, because vegans don't have cartilage. Or not vegan. Vegans do, but plants don't. Plants don't. I don't know. Maybe the praying the what is that plant? The Venus flytrap. Maybe they have cartilage in them. Come on, Sandy, you can laugh. Or is that you're just setting the camera off, aren't you? I was thinking you, man. Didn't you think Sandy sits perfectly still for a good long time? You just shut your camera off.
I leave it for you to do all the talking.
Okay, you just shut your camera off. That's what you did.
No,
or do you really sit that still?
I sit that still.
Oh wow,
he's very controlled.
Yeah,
good student.
That's good. So, all right. Well, I think we've covered a lot of information in 45 minutes. Anything else that you want to add, Sandy? Any additional information that you'd like to add that you think is important?
No, I don't think so. Just it's going to be fantastic to be able to have another amazing product to put with our range, and is just going to really benefit so many people.
Oh yeah. Jen, I mean, I know you're building a terrific business, you know, sharing these products with people, and isn't it important to have products that people can use and they can see a benefit? How hard is it to build a business when you have products that people can actually see a benefit from?
Oh, look, I think you know, one of the key things is use the product. You know how good they are. You know, get passionate about it and share it. And you can't help share something that is really, really good with others. And if you've got a heartbeat, you know, you can't help but actually do good for others. And that's what these products do. These products are amazing. We've had some fantastic testimonies in my own family as well, and you know, as well as other people that we've helped. And you know, I don't know about anyone else, but you know, when you love the products and you use them and you know how good they are and you know that they benefit people, how can you keep your mouth shut? You can't. You know, you can't. And I think that's what, if people can get that deep down inside them and know that, you know, these products are here for the better good of us and for the people that we care about and the people that we come across, well, then it's actually very, very simple to be able to open your mouth and share. You know, so yeah, I think it's very easy. I think we're very fortunate to have such a brilliant range of products that we can, and every product has a story. That's the thing. I mean, oh my goodness, we've got so many that are so good and that have done just such incredible, you know, things to be able to help people heal and repair and look after them. So that's a business just in itself. There
you go. Well, Sandy, Jen, thanks for being with me tonight or tomorrow morning. Thanks for being with me in the future tomorrow. And Katie, I'm sorry I couldn't get you moved over to the panel. So so it was just the three of us tonight, the trio. What a great call. I'd like to have you guys back, you two girls back on the call with me. I mean, it made that 45 minutes just go like that.
Oh, our pleasure. Our pleasure.
All
Curt.
right.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Curt.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. If somebody passed this video on to you and you're watching and you're going, where do I get those products? Get back to the person that shared it with you. It's really important. Don't just go online and look up Sisel and order the products, because the person that shared this with you, they're doing this as a little sideline business, a little business on the side. You know, we make 7% commissions. I have no problem sharing with that people. We don't make like a ton of money or anything like that. But if you buy it just online from the company, they get the profit. And, you know, Sisel's a great company, but I think the profit should go to us, not to them.
And you got more support.
Yeah. And also, you know, the person who shared this video with you, they cared enough about you to do that. So, you know, get back to them, ask them the questions that you need, and they will be able to help you and support you to be able to do whatever it is that's right for you with these products.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
No worries.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Curt. Bye.